Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an episode on the possibility and chance for multiple winter storms happening especially across the Midwest, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic region. So these storms are going to be one after another and they're going to be affecting very similar areas, and unfortunately these won't be impacting the coastal Northeast too much. They'll be impacting more like the inner parts of the Northeast areas like upstate New York, upstate Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Vermont. So cities like Syracuse and Buffalo will get a lot of snow from these snowstorms, and they've been consistent for the past several days. So I do think that this will happen. And sorry, and before I get into the video, please like and subscribe the video. It's gonna help me a lot. So thank you so much, and I'm thanking you guys in head ahead of time because I know you're gonna do it. So and then once in a while I may be taking a sip of water because I have a really dry throat. I still have the flu, so that might be becoming my voice a little bit raspy. So apologize in advance. So first off, I'm gonna make a little tip for forecasters, or just a little notation, a little note, because the GFS yesterday was showing no snow for southern Indiana, and the HER model was showing snow. So I'm like, which one's gonna be correct? And of course, the HER model was correct and the GFS was wrong. So I just want to show those that rely on a GFS so much. Don't rely on a GFS so much, because even if it's 20 or 40 hours out, it still can be wrong, and most of the times it is to a certain extent wrong. And now you could see it transitioned. Yesterday didn't show much snow for Boston, but of course now it transitioned because of HER model, which only goes out to 18 hours, is now showing that. So if you live in the Boston area or Long Island, I am giving you guys 3 to 4 inches of snow, 3 to 5 inches with this system, much more than National Weather Service, because these type of snowstorms always overachieve. But now let's get into the first system. So this is the first little clipper that brings up a lot of moisture, and you could see it tracks up into the Northeast. Doesn't drop too much snow, but 5 to 8 inches is possible in northern interior parts of New York, and areas like Chicago, the Midwest, they will receive probably 3 to 4 inches, so nothing too special, but there could be some lake effect according to the GFS. But I don't think that's going to happen because the NAM model, the European model, and the HER model are not the HER model, the other, the NAM 3KM is not showing it either. So I don't think there'll be lake effect for Chicago, but there's always a possibility. Michigan will get a lot of snow with this, especially upstate, like northern parts of Michigan and closer to the lake due to lake effect snow. And if we keep tracking this forward, there is another little system that could bring up moisture and bring snow to the Northeast. You can see that it's some pretty heavy snow. But as you also notice, areas like Boston, New York, Connecticut, um, Rhode Island will be getting mostly rain with these systems, and not even much snow on the backside of this. So mostly rain with these systems. But there comes another storm that's a little precursor to the even bigger storm. This one's a little bit further out west, but it'll still bring, and it'll be similar to this cold front that's happening right now, this backside snow. And it's just gonna be a very active pattern, and then it just stops because it doesn't go out that much, and then there could be a brief warm up in around Valentine's Day. So you may be wondering, what are some of the snow totals? Well, if you look at the total snowfall from all these storms, take a little while to load. They're gonna be quite impressive. In fact, they're gonna be really impressive. Anywhere you see the dark, almost purples, that is over 24 inches of snow. Areas in these, like right there. Not this type of purple, but this purple it's more of a dark blue. So a lot of snow for the interior parts of the Northeast. For the Midwest, 3 to 4 inches across northern Illinois. Michigan, as I said, would be getting a lot of snow, but this is again according to the GFS. Let's look at the CMC model, which is a Canadian model, and the Canadian model is showing out a little bit more, but I don't buy it because it's not showing snow for Boston, and I do think that there will be some snow for Boston. So I think that if it's wrong there, then it could be wrong in many places further out. So maybe this one's right about the Clippers, because anything that comes from Canada, the Canadian model is usually more right on. So I would say anywhere from 2 to 5 inches, maybe 6 is possible for northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, central Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, all those states can be under the gun for some snow. So let's look at my area. This is Niles, and you can see the National Weather Service is saying some rain and snow. And clearly on the maps there wasn't any rain and snow for Chicago. So again, goes to show you that either the National Weather Service is wrong or the models, and the chances is that models are wrong. So again, models aren't always too accurate, so you gotta always be careful with that. And this is the storm that was overachieving that earlier I wanted to show you. This is the cold front that brought snow to Indiana, and it wasn't supposed to bring snow to Indiana, and it did, because today at 2 o'clock when I was at school, I looked at it, and sorry guys, I need to take a sip of water. And today when I looked at it, and it was receiving snow for southern Indiana, and I could vividly remember that the GFS was not showing any snow for southern Indiana. So even central Ohio got in on some of this snow. So that's why I do think Boston will be getting 3 to 4 inches of snow if it's already overachieving in these parts of the woods. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it when you guys like and subscribe the video, and even if you just view my video, that is already enough. So thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next episode.